Hey friends, hey YouTube, it's February 1st, 2019. Getting ready for work. Was watching something last night. Scientists in Boston College and scientists in MIT. It's out there. It's public. It's public knowledge. It's public. What is water composed of? What's the moniker they give it? H2O. Right? 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 oxygen, put them together, water. Correct? Okay. How come nobody has ever been able to create not one water molecule? Not even one. Every time they put 2 hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom together, it explodes, but no water comes out of it. There's a component in water that we don't understand. I was reading. As crazy as it sounds, I was reading the Bible. But, you know what I noticed? In Genesis, in creation, God moved over the face of the waters before he started creating us. The waters was here. What the hell is it? What is water? Because nobody could create it. Air, we don't understand it. Because nobody could create air. They could purify the air that already exists. But they can't make it. Can't manufacture it, can't synthesize it. You can't. You can compress it, pull it from the area around you and compress it into a tank. But you can't make it. If water is 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen, right? And our scientists are making all these medications and all these things that do anything. How come they can't make water? How come they can't make water? Nobody can make water. You can crush something down and extract the water within it. But you can't just make water. You can't take the components that water is supposedly made out of and actually make water. You can't. You can't do it. It can't be done. Never been done. Never going to be done. But the pseudoscientists out there, our Neil deGrasse Tyson asses and our Bill Nye, the anti-science guy, yeah, they'll tell you that water is 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Well, I'm not a chemist. I'm not. Definitely not a chemist. But the #1 chemists on the planet say that you can't do it. It's only these asses on television. You know, the people that work for the station that pays their bills. I do things at work that I don't do normally. I wouldn't do it normally. Why do I do it? Because they pay my bills. I allow people to say things to me at work that if we were on the other side of that driveway and parking lot, I would smoke their boots. But I don't. You know why? Because these people pay my paycheck. Right? They pay all my bills. They put the money in my pocket. Just like Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson. The greatest scientists in the world and the only ones that people today can name. They're the only ones that people can name. Einstein and then them. And if somebody's been watching TV, maybe Nikola Tesla, but only because of that Elon Musk retard. Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye, do you know what their occupation is on their W-2? And you can go on IRS.gov or IRS.org. I think it's .org. and see what they classify themselves as. I'll tell you what, if I was a critically acclaimed astrophysicist, really, and I was the director at the Hayden Planetarium, really, that's what I would put as my occupation, because it's a little more prestigious than actor. But both of them have actor as their occupation. Says nothing about their job having anything to do with science, other than Neil deGrasse Tyson claims to be the director at the Hayden Planetarium. You know, Carl Sagan's joint. The Waffle King, Carl Sagan. He flip-flopped so many times that I don't think he knew what he believed. Read Dragons of Eden by Carl Sagan. Check that one out. And you tell me who the heck's backing our scientific community. You tell me what agenda they're pushing forward. Read the books that these people wrote. They're straight scumbags, man. They do things in their private lives as evil as the things in their public lives are good. They believe in duality. And when the bubble breaks and people start seeing this stuff, and it will break. When they do, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Because we're so caught up in an 8-hour workday, a 40-hour work week. We're so busy with the kids and going and having to do this. Do you know that we only get about 28, 29 to 30% of our pay? I don't care how much you make per year, right? Doesn't matter how much. You're going to get 28 to 30% of your money for you. The rest of it goes to sales tax, luxury tax, income tax, state tax, property tax, school tax. Did you know that it's illegal to tax us? It is absolutely illegal. Read the Constitution. We were handed a constitutionally bound democratic republic, not a democracy. A democracy in motion is a lynch mob. There's 5 people, right? So you got 6 guys in one place, right? 3 of them go outside, right? 2 of them are sitting here and 1 of them gets blamed for committing a crime. The 2 guys that were there said, oh, I watched him, he didn't do it. But the 3 guys that went outside said, oh yeah, he did it. Guess what? They weren't there, but the lynch mob rules string them up. That's democracy. That's democracy by definition. We don't have a democracy in America. We do right now, but that's not what this was. That's not what made America great. That's not what made Americans the best. That's not what built the best economy. That's not what did it. What did it was the constitutionally bound democratic republic of checks and balances, right? To face your accuser, right? To be tried by a jury of your peers, to have a hearing, all that. The court system does not find us guilty. Society does. We don't need a sheepdog anymore. The sheep are the sheepdog now. I have people arguing with me about the size and shape of the planet. The people that are arguing with me can't tell me what the shape or the size is. They just know I'm wrong. They don't know what the truth is. They just know that I can't be speaking the truth. That don't make sense. If you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, how the fuck are you going to tell me what the hell I'm reading? what I'm saying. 90% of the world walks around with their head pointed to the ground. Why? Because their phone is in their hand and that's where their hands are. Nobody looking up. Nobody looking straight ahead. You know how many times I get walked into in a day? Because some idiot's walking around with their head in their phone? Look up. Alright? We're supposedly waiting for these aliens to come. We're supposedly waiting for Nibiru to come. We're supposedly waiting for Wormwood to come. We're supposed to be waiting for Nemesis to come. We're supposed to be waiting for this comet to come. We're supposed to be waiting for this. But everybody looking down. Ain't nobody looking up. Nose looking up. All us people who are researching all the science, you know, the ones that you guys are calling stupid. We're the ones looking up. We're the ones spending our paychecks on really good cameras that can see 100 miles away to take photographs and video. We're the ones doing that. We're buying thermometers, digital thermometers. We're buying altimeters, right? We're doing that shit. We're buying laser lights that are straight. Lasers are straight. Run a laser down the water, you cannot detect curvature at all. And you should. Over a 3-mile period, over a 3-mile distance, sorry, not period. Over a 3-mile distance, you absolutely should be able to detect the curvature. Just 3 miles. Our eyes could see 7. In 3 miles, we should see curvature. We don't. It don't exist. It's absolutely superstition. People are asleep at the wheel and nobody seems to care. Nobody's paying any attention. Everybody's busy living the American dream. And as George Carlin said, call it the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it.